Hello, and welcome to the Innovia Conversation. I'm Steve Waltz.
And I'm Jeff Pergolski.
And today, Jeff, today is a watermark day. It marks our 50th podcast.
50? Are you kidding me?
We haven't got fired.
That just proves that the leadership at Innovia does not listen to this podcast.
Exactly.
No, you know what though? Actually, I was thinking, if this is our 50th, how many did you do without me? Was it 2?
No, I did one. Yeah, I think I just did one. We had Holly hijacked the podcast number 1.
All right, and I did, and I hijacked one from you when you were on vacation. So actually, this is each of our 49th.
Yes, that's a good point.
But 50 podcasts, wow. And so that almost equals the number of listeners we have. That's impressive.
It's growing, and it's we saw the list of was it 18 plus countries we got listeners in? That was
great. I think it was 21 countries.
21 now. Yeah. So we have a lot of relatives traveling now.
That's right. Make sure when you and Linda go to Aruba that you listen from Aruba, so that counts. And I will do the same in Tahiti. It'll be great. We'll be up to 23 countries before we know it.
That's right. And thinking back when we kind of talked about what we were going to do and bring things to the channel and to our clients and customers, it's I was trying to think when Tim told us it was our 50th, which ones stand out? Is there anything that stands out to you that you liked or something we shouldn't have
done? Let's see. I think that some of my favorite ones are when we have Donovan on, because he's passionate about Dynamics and ERP and Innovia and delivering great customer experiences. So it's always fun to have him on. I think some of my favorite ones are when we've got guests and coworkers from Innovia, getting to poke Alan when he's been on here, having Tom on. And so I'd say my favorite ones generally have been the introducing Innovia people, and but we've also had some really good ISV partners be on with us as well. So yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything that stands out to you?
Well, I noticed it. You didn't say any of the CRM ones.
I just demoed CRM today, Steve. I should have had you on with me. Nice. Oh, that was actually a mistake. I'm going to have to put a sticky note on my monitor so I leverage your expertise. So are you going to say that CRM episodes were your favorite? No,
I think, like you said, we've had a lot of different guests. When we did the first hijack when you were gone, I told Holly, I said, don't tell Jeff. We're going to actually find out if he really listens to the podcast, right? And does he record one and move on to the next one, or does he actually listen to them? Because I do listen to them. Not that I critique myself on those at all, but it's those are fun. And I think the first one we did with Donovan, it just sticks out. It was just a fun podcast. And I've talked with a lot of our employees, and a lot of them said they've actually listened to that, and it really was kind of cool to hear how the company started and where we're at. You think about it, this is my 6th year, and I think we were at about maybe 59, 60 ERP customers now, and I think we had about 40 employees maybe. I'm not sure, but now we have over 70 employees and about 250 NAV BC customers. It's great. We have such great customers, and we did one. I think we had a couple of our customers on. Remember, we had Brian from VPT on, and we also had
was it Matt from LBX?
LBX on. So that was a fun one, and got to review some stuff. So yeah, it was a good year. I mean, good couple of years actually. It's been a couple of years now. So I think it's been fun, and looking forward. I think we got some stuff coming up this summer, don't we? Or coming up in the next year?
Definitely, yeah. So you mean us personally in the in terms of the podcast, or just things in general, the channel, Innovia, etc.
Well, the channel. I'm thinking of what's going on. So it's summer. A lot of people are on vacation. People are out, and things tend to not slow down, but it doesn't seem like people are in a hurry as much, right?
Yeah.
It's but I do think there's a lot of events coming on, and the one that it's surprising, but it's not. But Community Summit's back on, Jeff.
Oh yeah, that's right, and that's on as an in-person event. Is that true?
Yeah, it's an in-person event in Houston, Texas, and it's back in October. So I always check the date. So if the Cubs are back in the World Series, I just can't go.
I'll take your spot then, Steve. How about that?
Yeah. Well, maybe the Brewers will get it. We'll see if where you're going to be at, right?
Not gonna hold my breath. So what are the dates?
So it's October 12th through the 14th. It's going to be in Houston, and it's at the convention center. There'll be a few of us going. We're actually going to be a sponsor of it, so we'll find out what sessions we're going to get. But yeah, it's also they have a virtual pass you can buy. So you can go to navug.com, and there's a list of conferences, and you can click on that. Actually, if you go to our website under resources, it lists the Community Summit too. And for our customers, if you haven't signed up or you're thinking about going, we have a 10% coupon for that.
Awesome. And how do they get that? They have to reach out to you individually, or is that on our website somewhere?
It's on our website.
Nice. All right. So we'll make them hunt for it on our website and test their internet sleuthing skills to find it. Yeah, I think if anyone is if any of our customers are like me, and they might have had their fill of virtual conferences, so I think that might be this might be a really well attended event because people have been kind of locked up over the last 18 months, and so definitely I think it'll feel good to get out and see everyone. So I bet that will be a well attended event.
It will be interesting because, like you said, I do think people want to get out, and also if you go to our page, and it's just been officially announced, Jeff, we got a big announcement to make. Should we get some trumpets or something? You think?
Let's see if we'll see if Tim has that in the marketing budget.
Yeah.
Drum roll. We can. I don't think we have trumpets available. What is our big announcement, Steve?
The Innovia Customer Conference is back on for 2022.
Ooh, woohoo! So we have gone. Let's see, 2 years we've gone with. The last two have been virtual. Is that right?
Well, in 19, obviously we have it in May, and that's when kind of right before everything happened, and we decided to take it virtual. And we had over 200 folks on that. It was, for being on some of these, as you kind of went through other conferences and webinars and stuff. I'm trying to think of the name of the company we use. I thought it was really well done. And actually, we did a podcast on it in 2019. I think that's the one we did it with Brian.
Or was it 2020?
You know what? It would have been. Yeah, it is 2020. You're correct. And so this year, we decided just to not do it. It was a commitment to not only people at Innovia, but to our ISV guests and folks, and weren't sure about the vaccine. And this is something you have to plan way ahead, right? It's just right. You're getting a large venue, and the neat thing is we're going to have it back in South Bend. The 2021 was supposed to be at Notre Dame, and I was talking with our marketing guru Tim yesterday, and he was actually touring Notre Dame football stadium. And there's a big attachment to it that they added on where the meeting rooms are, and there's a view of the football stadium on the field that we're going to have access to as we walk through different sessions and stuff. So it's going to be pretty cool.
That does sound pretty cool.
And I'm thinking what you're thinking. It's with we'll kind of get an idea of what Summit's going to be, but I do think the last one we had was over 130, 140 people,
right?
And it's going to be a couple hundred folks coming. It's going to be great. All the major ISV players are going to be there. And so, Jeff, the date is May 4th and May 5th, and it's on our website. Just got put on there. So,
gotcha. All right. And so even those numbers that you mentioned in terms of our last one, that was dragging people up to
that's
Wisconsin
right.
Dells. And
That's right.
so now it'll be like there'll be an airport in town in South Bend that people can fly into, and so yeah, that I bet that will help our numbers too.
I remember Eduardo when he texted me or pinged me before. He's like, I'm just going to take it. He took an Uber from the Madison
From
Airport.
Madison.
I was like, somebody actually did it.
Right. Yeah. They probably looked at it like, wow, this is a really good ride.
Yeah, $90 later, there you go. I made it.
Nice. So, okay. Well, that is exciting. So the Innovia conference is back for 2022 at Notre Dame. Everyone will be reserving those dates now, hopefully, so that we can see everyone in person again. And I thought you were actually going to mention the other big announcement that we've got coming, but I don't think this one is official yet, is it?
Well, it's official, but it's in early stages, right?
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So,
And what am I talking about? Do you know, or are you just guessing?
I'm thinking you're thinking about our Power Platform team.
Oh, yes, yes. So actually, this I don't know the answer, so this isn't really trivia as much as like what number team is this for us? How many teams do we have right now?
Well, is our team a team?
Yeah, let's count sales as a team.
That's customer engagement, Jeff.
Oh, that's true.
But you are a pre-sales engineer.
I'm a member.
You're a member. So let's see. We got 5 project teams. Right?
5. Okay. Yep.
And a customer engagement team.
All right. So 7.
We can even throw a leadership team on there if you want, right?
Yeah, let's do that. All right. So that's 8. So then this is team number 9 we are adding.
Power Platform. It's exciting. So what can you tell listeners about it? So I guess, we're not fully assembled yet. We're kind of early stages, but kind of give us a glimpse of what's coming.
Sure. So to remind everyone, Microsoft's Power Platform consists of 4 different individual products. The most popular being probably Power BI. I think everyone is familiar with the business intelligence data visualization dashboarding tool that Microsoft has had out for a number of years now. I think it's actually like pushing 5 years old. Along with Power BI, we've got their Power Apps. So Power Apps, sort of the low code, no code development for creating apps that most of the time in pretty specific use cases aren't terribly complicated, but you don't need to be a developer to write one. I know that we've got some in our demo environment that I occasionally show a little signature capture, and we've had a lot of interest from customers when we want to extend the functionality of Business Central. An easy way to do that is using the Power Apps platform, and so those are the first 2, Power BI and Power Apps. And then third is Power Automate, and that is what used to blow up your inbox when I turn on notifications for certain Twitter handles, and that was what used to be referred to as Microsoft Flow. Now it's Power Automate. So sort of the if this then that. Again, low code, no code solution to automate some processes, and then last but not least, the fourth. And it's relatively new is Power Virtual Agents. So encoding some logic around customer service and creating agents, so you can type in a question and it'll Power Agent will direct you to online resources, etc. So I know that we've got a couple people hired that right now as we're starting to build this team, and I think it certainly came out of necessity, having our customers ask us for help in leveraging this platform to take their Business Central data further for them to automate some process. And in the past, I think what we've done is pulled off like more traditional development resources to address those projects, but having someone that is just dedicated and living in that world of data and low code, no code is, I think, really going to be awesome. I am really excited because I'm going to get to give them some of their first projects as they help me automate some things in our demo environment as we start to line up projects for them. So really excited that we're adding that team, and I hopefully, if I can clear it through the boss, meaning you, that we can get some members of that team up on the podcast in the next couple episodes.
Oh, absolutely. We'll get there some folks from that team and the director of that team on a podcast. And when I first heard that, I just kept thinking about this whole direction where Microsoft is going. Because we still have a lot of folks on an old version of NAV, or people calling on an old version of NAV, and they just view it as a financial system. Just want to do a typical upgrade, or maybe get some nice reports, but to really see now that it's a full business solution that can do so many things, and it's just really neat because we've, I think for a lot of partners, it's, how do you take your resources and keep them focused on their work, but also growing and adapting to the changes of the marketplace, right? And I think, we've done an excellent job, our leadership team, really on saying, okay, this is where Microsoft really wants to take this stuff to, and there's so many, we can, sure, we can do an install if you just want to do your finances, your financials or whatever, right? But for those folks out there that want to really have these power dashboards, I mean, some of the stuff that we kind of get aligned with our CRM that speaks to our Business Central on our dashboards is crazy. The data we can get very, very quickly and try to identify trends, right? Or where opportunities may be in. And it's so cool that we're having a team totally dedicated to that, and working along with our project teams on, if we're doing either an upgrade or implementation or that's just going to be a fun process to be part of.
Yeah, and I think that we have been really talking about the advantages and sort of the need as a partner to be aware of and to help our customers explore the potential of everything that Microsoft's ecosystem and the Dynamics platform, the Power Platform, offers them. I remember back at a regional user group meeting in Atlanta that we were talking about what's new in Business Central, or maybe it was NAV 2018 at the time. And, I was making the point that it's not enough as a NAV partner or Business Central partner to just be an expert in Business Central. If you're going to really be an asset to your clients, you need to understand all of this and recognize where the efficiencies can be gained. And so this is a big step for us, having a team that is just dedicated to this rather than having our traditional developers play around in it. And so I'm super excited about it. And I think that just as you said, it's a real it's going to be I think a game changer. And I could see at some point in the future, maybe it's 4 or 5 years from now, like I could see that our Power Platform team be as large as the remainder of our project team, because that's just where the business world is going in terms of these sorts of solutions.
That's a big statement you just said there. And so
we'll see if either of us are here in 4 or 5 years, or if management.
What happened to Steve and Jeff? Yeah, Jeff, is there anything else that we're missing that's kind of coming up here?
Not that I can think of. I don't know, though. Do you have anything you've been sandbagging and keeping from me?
Oh, I didn't sandbag my opportunities. I'm a self, right? Just kidding, Donovan, Alan, just kidding, right? I know Mary just like going sandbagger.
Helps your close rate if you only report the ones that you're going to win, right?
Right. I'm actually writing an article about that topic. It's kind of funny. I was just doing that this morning, for a blog. So, but hey, Jeff, it was great getting caught up with you. I know it's been a while, and I know we have some conferences and traveling and coming up here. So I think we'll get to have another podcast in a couple of weeks. It's summer, man. It's summer.
That's right. It's summer. It seems like we should be doing a whole bunch of podcasts in the summer because we have to do like a podcast from maybe you can do it from Wrigley Field, and I'll do one from Miller. Oh wait, it's American Family Field now. We had to create. We need. Although let's check first with Tim to see what our budget is for these podcasts, because I know we spent some money on new mics. So maybe that's all we have for 2021. But yeah, let's. Yeah, right. Let's do a bunch. So yeah, I think for number 50, I feel pretty good. I look forward to the next 50. But I will say that we've got to have something special planned for our 100th. So let's start noodling on that. So if it took us, did it like 2.5 years, 2 years to get to this point? Yeah, it must have been like 2.5 years. I think it was about January or February or something of 2019.
I think you're right.
So we'll see. We could pick up the pace. We could like record a podcast every day, and then
people are hanging on that. Oh, really? I get to listen to them.
That would be amazing. Yeah, that would be amazing. All right. Yeah. So I think that's it for me. You have anything?
No, partner. It's been a fun 50. Looking forward to the next 50. And Jeff, this podcast is over.
Oh yeah, the gong. I'd say I forgot that actually. The gong would be one of my highlights of our podcast. Even though it wasn't a podcast, it was some promotional material around the podcast. That was fun. So all right, I'm out as well.